Hey guys, so 5 don'ts in business and entrepreneurship world. So here's 5 things that I would not recommend to do. Number 1, do not just go quit your job because you want to be an entrepreneur, because you want to start a business, because you want to give it your all. I think that you can give. A lot of people give this advice on Instagram, and I see it a lot on TikTok and all these places. Leave for the moon. You'll land amongst the stars. Is there truth to that? Yes, but do not just go quit your job, guys. It's very ineffective, I feel. Unless you've already made the strategic calculation of how you're going to get these things done. And the reason I say that is because I think a lot of times you can leverage your job to support your business to some capacity until you get it started. And also, I think it's great because it allows you to still have income to train people in your business. So you don't want to fall into the realm of, because now you have to work in your business because you quit your job. So you are now the main source of income. I don't believe that. And that I think that's something I did. And I think I definitely suffered many consequences for it. But after all of that, it really taught me that there's so many ways to do things. I have a good friend. He was able to leverage his income to build his real estate portfolio. So I also think it depends on the industry. And there will come a time where you will have to quit your job. There will come a time, that time will come. But do not initially quit your job because you have a good idea and you want everyone else to support that. My second thing that I do not recommend you to do is have an expectation that the people that are around you are going to be the people that are going to automatically support your business. Don't confuse friendship and family as I need to support your business. No, they don't. They don't need to support your business. And that's the reality of it. I know that sounds harsh. Here I am asking for support for my podcast channel, but I need to bring value. If I don't bring value, no matter how cool and how close we are, only off the basis of friendship and family. I want you to support my channel because I want you to give me the opportunity to prove myself of value for you. There's a difference. And a lot of times we walk into conversations with our family expecting them to automatically support us and our friends automatically to support us. Do not walk in with those expectations. You will be highly disappointed because people are automatically going to go to the subject expert of that industry. They want the best. So if you are going into real estate and business funding or wherever it is, people tend to want to work with the person that they feel is the subject matter expert in that field. And they don't know you to be that subject matter expert. They know you to be a hairstylist. They know you to be the carpenter. They don't know you to be a financial person, but you're a carpenter or you're this, you're that. Does that mean that you're not going to get there? No. Consistency builds that, right? You don't need to have 500,000 followers to make a living off of what you want to do, right? But if you're consistent and you do what's right and you provide value, then it's fine. You will get there. But don't expect them to blindly support you. It's just not going to happen. And that's something in the beginning that I used to take highly. I used to get crazy. I was so upset. I would be like, wait, so let me get this straight. You went to so-and-so, my direct competitor, when I have no money, I'm broke, I'm desperate because I have no job, and I went to support my dream. And you went to my competitor? Really? They did. And they'll do it over and over and over again. And it's not an emotional thing. It's just you didn't earn that right. That's the reality of it. You haven't provided value yet. Not yet. It doesn't mean that you're not going to do it. You know what I mean? Doesn't mean that you're not going to provide value. It just means that at that moment in time, that's not how they see you. The third thing is focus on your craft and the results will come. I will say this. I invested a lot of money into my education on my topic. And I find that a lot of people nowadays just talk about a topic. They don't really invest on the educational part of that specific topic that they're trying to be the expert on. Do not just put things out there if you have no sources or citing to go by. I'm a big believer in that. Do not just put fake information because you heard another person from social media or marketing say, oh, this is how you do it in that industry because you're trying to meet the trend. I find that it's discrediting, especially if you're just starting out. Eventually, if someone finds out the correct information, they're going to feel they can't trust you. And I have found, and maybe it's to my own detriment, that people will come to me, they want certain things in my business that they may have heard another business or company or individual talk about that may have a stronger following or may have some type of influential backing. And they'll say, hey, well, this person said this and this person said that. And I will right out just say, no, that's not true. Now, that's up to them to believe you or not. And you can give them supporting documentation, but don't go with a trend that A, you can't either support, or B, there's no supporting documentation for that, because especially if you're in an industry where credibility is important, because eventually people will find out. I feel like people do find out, and then they either A, don't trust that person, even if they are connected in whatever way, or B, they just lose confidence and they just know not to trust you. So don't recommend doing that. The fourth thing I would say don't do is make sure that you've worked in every area of your business. I'm a big believer in that. Even if you have to hire out because that's not your realm of expertise or you're not passionate about it, but you must have at some point tried to do what you're asking someone else to do in your business. A lot of times we want to hire for everything and outsource and do this and do that. And everyone tells you, hey, you have to hire on the things you don't know, which is 100% facts. But you also want to understand the process in your business of what you're trying to hire for. If you don't understand the process, you're going to hit a brick wall, like a brick wall, over and over and over, because you even need someone to fill that. Maybe there's a software that you start to use that fulfills that role. You don't even know if it's needed or if it's warranted to have someone in that position, which is kind of similar to the software thing. But most importantly, you need to know what shoes you have to fill. If you don't know, then you're going to have expectations for your staff or your team that, or even fair. A lot of times we want something for them. We want our team to do something that we don't know ourselves or we never tried to do ourselves. So if you have not fulfilled, if you do not know much about that role, step into it so that then you could fill it. You can't fill a role that you've never stepped into. I'm gonna tell you, I've done it. There's things that I've hired out, and then when I look at it, I'm like, I just recently hired someone for a certain project. I was so disappointed. I was like, this is a horrible work. But then again, I had not even attempted to try to do it myself. So how could I be mad? I can't be mad. And the fifth thing to not do in your business, do not. I'm going to say something. This may be controversial. And this is where the rants come in, right? This is the rant part. I do not like hiring my friends or family. I know people say, oh, you can. I'll tell you where it can work. But before I tell you why I say do not, let's get to the do not part. The do not part comes in with when you hire friends and family, people tend to, I don't want to say take advantage, because that would be an unfair word. But remember, like I said, when people don't see you, when you have expectations for your family and friends, and you want them to use your product and you want to be seen for whatever the industry is. Here's the problem with that. A lot of times people will get upset because they're like, well, I hired so-and-so and I gave them an opportunity to work with me, to grow with me. Remember, that's your vision. That is your vision. And a lot of times, even as business owners, we put that expectation because they're our friends and family. We're like, I want you to help me build this. I want you to help me build my conglomerate. And then it doesn't happen. Then you're like, wait, but I asked you for the live days ago. Why are you doing that today? I had this conversation with you the other day. Why are we still doing this when we spoke about this? It's not their vision, it's your vision. And the problem when you hire your family members or your friends is that we start trying to treat them sometimes like our friends and our family, which they still are, and we start treating them like our employees. And that can get sticky because a lot of times when you hire them, they're like, well, I don't want to do this. I want to help you because I'm your friend and family, but I don't like how you're talking to me. I don't like how you're treating me. I don't like how you're presenting to me. I don't like your directness. I'm a very direct person, and that may tell you why it does not work for me, but I'm a very direct person. So if I don't like something in my business, I should say I don't like that, right? And obviously there's ways to say it, but a lot of times when you say these things, people get upset because they're like, but you're not supposed to talk to me like that. You're not supposed to treat me that way. Well, the lines become very blurred. And what I've learned is it doesn't work. I don't like it. I don't do it. That's my opinion. I know there are exceptions. There are people that have told me that they've been able to build great things with their family and friends. For me, I would say I don't do that. Now, I'm also the woman who started a business with a boyfriend in 2013, who is now my husband. So I technically am in business with my significant other, and that we'll go into another topic about that another day because that's a very interesting story. But we are very similar in the way we think. So we've put steps in place to avoid conflict, because if not, it can go real south. And we've had to create these boundaries for ourselves of like, this is the Erica business owner, this is the Amos, the business owner. But overall, when I've done it in other instances, it just did not work. The expectation of you're the employee, and then you start talking to them that way, and in all rights, you're talking to them, you feel like I'm paying you for your time. Why can't you deliver in this? Why are you doing that? It becomes very tough. It becomes tough quick. And then they have their feelings too, right? They're like, I'm trying to help you. I know you can't pay me what I know I deserve, right? Because then it goes into that. You're just starting a business. You probably can't pay them what they want to get paid. And they're not giving you what you feel is the full potential. You're just putting a body in that position. You're not hiring a person probably that you really would love to hire if you had the budget for it. So you can using what you have, and sometimes that could backfire. So the solution to that, because I don't want to give you a problem without a solution, is find someone outside that is passionate about that specific topic. So if you have someone that is passionate about that specific part of industry, meaning if you have a friend that likes social media, maybe she likes it, but maybe she doesn't see it as a career. But what if you found someone out there that says, hey, I'm looking for someone who is looking to get started in social media, that maybe doesn't have the background in social media, but wants to learn and get into that field. Maybe you can partner up with them, because there are people out there that are starting an entrepreneurship journey in the topics or in the places that you need to fill a position. So I'm working on that right now, because again, these are things that have hit a brick wall for me, and I want to help you avoid those things. So with that being said, thank you for joining me today. Again, if you found this helpful, please like, share, subscribe, comment below on things you would love to see me cover. I want to cover as many things as possible in the topics of love, relationships, partnerships, and most importantly, entrepreneurship for me. With that being said, bye guys.